Actually, he's my mustachioed friend from Albany, and I go back and I taunt him with your mustache.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I tell him because you do have a superior. He's known for his mustache. He's very proud of his mustache. And so I go back and I'm just like, my buddy Jake has a
Chekhov's gun.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
What?
It's a real Chekhov's gun situation. Chekhov's mustache. It's like, well, one day you're gonna molest someone. It's fine.
So I'm gonna.
Chekhov's
It's secret
mustache,
time.
dude.
It's secret time right now. Oh, I'm gonna take this off. So the big thing from last night, my dad came to see me do comedy at Friendly for the first time.
Yeah, the rooftop.
For the first time in a while, my
shit.
dad was there, and my dad's a big bald guy, and everyone thought he looked like Howie Mandel. And he wore a suit jacket because he's like, my boy's on a show, so he wore like a suit jacket, and people in the crowd were like audibly like turning around, being like, and we had him at the reserve table, so everyone's like, who's that fucking bald guy? And then I posted on Instagram.
Dude, can I tell you something? I genuinely thought in your story that was Howie Mandel.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I posted on Instagram and I tagged Howie Mandel, and I was like, huge drop in last night. Thank you, Howie Mandel, for coming
I
to
did
this
see
show.
that. Damn.
And yeah, and either people assume it's joking or assume it's true, but yeah, I wasn't. And I have real people like Howie Mandel was at the show last night.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why is I should have come by.
No, yeah, it was just my dad. That's just like and everyone was like, has your dad like looked like Howie Mandel your whole childhood? I'm like, I don't know, kind of, I guess. They're like, how have you not been joking about this forever?
What do you mean he looks like Alejandro Morales from behind?
Yeah, my dad and Alejandro both look like Howie Mandel, as it turns out.
My dad's like a gay Latino guy in a lot of ways.
Dude, if you told me that your dad was a gay Latino guy, I would believe you
He
without
wouldn't be too
a
far off,
question.
would he?
Dude, with this fucking hairline, dude, you would never know I was my father's boy, dude. But
Well, for
my dad's
now.
for now. Yeah,
How old are you, Jake?
Dude, we
I'm
were talking
29.
outside and we decided.
You're older than me?
yeah. I guess
How
so.
old are you?
28.
So am I. We're the same age. 96?
As of May, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
End of May.
Wait, do you guys all have your waters and everything? Everybody's good?
Yeah,
dude.
we're good. I was good.
I got water. I got a jar of weed.
Nice.
I'm ready to fucking.
Well, what conspiracies were we just talking about? At the beginning of this, what were you guys? You guys just were like going nonstop. And now,
I know. Well, there's a lot that's been happening.
There's a lot that's been happening. Dude,
You
so,
got
dude,
the
I'll tell you what I did. I've read 4 chapters of a book about Jeffrey Epstein to prepare
today.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're just going all the time when it comes to.
Yeah.
I know. I really can't turn it off.
Yeah, he doesn't turn it off. He doesn't even like things. He just has a list
I
of
like
things
lots
that he's
of-
against.
I like lots of things.
He's against government programs. He's against.
Hey guys. Welcome to Jake. Pod, everybody. I'm sitting here today. I'm sitting here with John Bryce and Adomas Wareikis, and we're here today with the Red Pill Boys. We're,
Wait, whoa.
we got a
I
Red
don't
Pill
vote.
title.
I don't vote. Everyone's been on my ass about voting, and I'm just going to tell you, if you give me $200, I will vote.
Yeah,
That's it. That's my only price.
Taking
now.
a small bribe.
$200. Also, Patreon listeners, I will give you Jake's real address.
Yeah,
Dude,
you can just have it.
for $20.
Jem
should
Seidel.
put
$150, I'll vote.
Jem Seidel was like, "Has anybody ever like tried to piece together your address from like the videos in your podcast?" And I was like, "No, but you could easily if you, if you wanted
You should
to."
get that fucking the guy who does Google Maps. You ever seen that shit?
Yeah,
No.
There's this dude on the internet. He's like got an Instagram where you just take if you're driving your car and you just take a picture and then send it to him, he'll just be like, "Here's where in the world exactly this was."
Oh, that's
yeah,
it.
it's a streamer type guy.
Yeah.
And like,
Is that
it's
the
fucking
is his
crazy.
name
He's
like-
so good at it.
It's like Rainbolt or Raindrop, something like that. Drop
Rain
top.
Man.
plays that game GeoGuessr?
Rain Man.
Is that the guy you're
Fucking-
talking
You're
about?
like Rain Man, but bad at math. So what? You're just autistic? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, dude. It's a guy with a very specific
He
kind
knows
of
every street in the world, unfortunately.
Well, the way
Apparently,
he
there's like a bunch of them because like they compete. There was like one where he's like competing against a Russian
It's
fella.
a game you play on.
It's called GeoGuessr, right?
He's
Yeah.
a GeoGuessr guy.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it's
didn't know that was a
Rainbolt
thing.
or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
get
they're
that
always
fella
like
on the
German.
horn.
I thought he was German, and I don't know, but like.
You ever play that game? I remember playing it a little bit in college, being like, I could play this game.
I didn't realize. I was just like, what? No, I was.
No.
Like, well,
I don't know shit
were you in
about
college
local
last
foliage,
year?
dude. Think I know anything about local
Also-
foliage? Think I'm gonna look at a weed and be like, "Oh, you're in the fucking Midwest."
Dude, there's one thing. Here's one thing about the Red Pill Boys, dude. Is the 3 Red Pill Boys have the loudest voices in all of Philly comedy,
trying.
dude.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
No, don't try. Dude, I'm just gonna adjust the gain as we're going.
No.
Gonna have spiky reds. It's all
It
good.
is funny.
Bree
It
got
is-
mad at me because like she just walked over because like whoever was hosting wasn't doing their fucking job, and like Bree walked over and turned it all. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be loud.
Yeah, all right.
And like all the mics are so sensitive because if you don't have it right here at like all these fucking open mics,
hey, dude, you're gonna
it
blow.
won't pick you up at all. And then if you're out here, it's like what the fuck.
Yeah,
It
for
is
this one's
funny.
close to the lips. Close is good. I think,
I
and it's all
literally
different.
walked the Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, and then this was incepted. The inception of this was I need a podcast episode for like tomorrow. So this is gonna get not edited at all, right?
I don't edit.
All
No
right,
editing.
dude.
And then
3 hours.
it was me. The three of us. We were outside a fucking Raven Lounge, and
Yeah.
we were just having a ball of a conversation. We were just having. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but we were just
Well,
talking.
you're into the cartels. That's what you've been into recently.
Yeah, I got
That's
into
how
the-
it started. I remember that.
into the cartels,
Yeah.
and I was just and then I was just kind of reflecting on, the conspiracy angles of the cartels, and like.
Well, yeah. Well, they're taking over fucking South America.
Yeah, well, like the
It's the move.
cartels are like it's like a kingdom of drug kings that
Yeah.
rule Mexico, and then they have like a fake government, and that's who we interact with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And every time the top guy dies, they just have an all-out fucking war.
Yeah, basically. Dude, but here's my conspiracy theory. This is my nuance after studying cartel documentaries for a month. They're like
You're studying the documents.
the docs. No, I don't know. I never
gotta study
studied
the docs.
documents, dude. You're a document guy.
I have a FOIA request in on Chance McDonald's grandfather.
Adomas loves a document. Dude.
I can show you CIA documents for all kinds of shit. It's awesome.
I'm not a big document guy, but I'll look at a study.
I am also
I'll
a
look
big
at
fan
studies,
of baseless
dude.
allegations.
That's good too. I like that.
I'm a big study guy, like looking at like fucking like clinical, fucking like science shit.
Gay.
I
Why,
understand.
how the fuck is that gay?
I understand how to read a
reading is
study.
gay.
I understand how to read a study. I just,
Yeah.
for me personally, I have no need. I could, and that's what I'll.
You have a science degree.
This is what I'll say about every
you do
conspiracy.
have a science degree.
Yeah, I have a degree in biology and a degree in political science. I got a double major.
You have a political science degree?
Yeah, I do.
Full
Fucking
double
seriously?
major? Or you?
Double major.
Oh shit.
Full blown. Yeah,
was-
not a
I
major minor.
Full blown?
I was
two doubles.
I was a poli-sci history.
It's fun.
I own
right?
I owe 2 semesters of French, and I technically do not have my degrees.
It's fun when you.
I have no degrees.
Yeah, you did. That was just your line of interest, basically.
No, I almost died in college.
What
I got
happened?
Really sick, and like my throat closed shut.
You just told
like-
me about this.
and,
At fucking
like-
Pete's thing.
Huh?
You just told me about this at fucking JJ's.
Oh yeah, I got
couple
sick
weeks
and
ago.
almost died in like my first semester when I transferred in after getting my associates. And then like when you fail all of your classes for a first semester, I was a biology pre-med major too. Like
weird.
I studied I was trying to go to med school.
What a nightmare.
yeah, and then like once you fail those classes, they're like, yeah, you 1,000% are never going to med school with 4 failed classes.
I know. I guess so. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll switch to this my hobby, political science and history, double major, fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of learned. I wish I did like English and history or some shit.
should've
Well,
done
like if you wanted to
history.
work in politics, like you shouldn't go get a political science degree. You should go get a comms degree, which comms is the most bullshit degree sometimes.
Yeah, and also like for me, the political science degree was just like you basically just had to take like. It just felt like you had to take like any 4 or 5 classes. You know what I mean? So I studied.
Political science is the most bullshit degree.
It's totally bullshit. So
After
that's what I'm saying.
economics.
I had like kind of like a history base, and then like
Why'd you just turn to like wink at me after economics? You
I
go,
had one. Actually, you want to know my one of my final professors? I forget. I think he was basically a he was a Middle Eastern history professor.
Yeah.
That was his thing, and he actually worked as a politician under Gaddafi.
Yeah,
That
that
dude-
works. Fuck
that dude
yeah, it
sounds
is.
So
awesome.
what country was that? Libya.
Libya, yeah.
It was so I get this is what his story by the way, but in Libya it's like if you go to college in Libya, if you're like there's like 30 guys graduate college in Libya every year, right? Because like or back in the 90s or 80s or whenever he was in the country, and he like went to college and it's like if you graduated like you're in the government, you're now my new.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
so
the
like so basically
bureaucratic
like
system.
as soon as he was like a nice guy, he was multilingual, and then he like went to college, graduate first degree in Libya. Oh, he's one of our only guys to graduate this year. And they're like, you're Gaddafi's new fucking dog, dude. You're his homie,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
So and basically
I
like,
would love to be assigned to work just to hang out with Gaddafi.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right? He's
he was cool as fuck.
I meant, what do you know about Gaddafi?
I know a lot about Gaddafi.
This is
Big,
fun. Yeah,
this
this
big
is
Gaddafi fella.
Yeah, because Gaddafi gave money to like the Black Panthers, the IRA, all like the left.
Up the fucking raw.
Like everyone, like always, like he supports terrorists around the world, and it's like you look at the terrorists around the world, it's always like the coolest fucking people.
Yeah,
and let me.
who are 1,000% right.
Exactly
Yeah.
the point. This brings me back to
Yeah.
El Chapo. You were saying like when there's a gang, like El Chapo, the Sinaloa cartel guy. They like he was like the figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the head of the Sinaloa cartel. It's a family
Well,
of
yeah,
criminals. It's a family.
It's the FBI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
It's
it's
CIA,
deeply
dude.
tied in.
It's a guy at a desk.
And
in
that's
Washington.
whenever there's a figurehead, and then they're trying to catch him. It's like you, and then they're like, "What is his price?" They're like, "You have to pay us that fucking $15 billion back, you owe us, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You got to pay us that money back, you owe us."
honestly, it's just all just drama.
But Gaddafi was like the same thing. He was like their dog until he didn't
Well,
do the.
actually, there was a cool thing with kind of Gaddafi was willing to be. He kind of negotiated this out. It's crazy. He negotiated out being America's boogeyman.
Right.
In the 80s, we bombed Libya in the 80s.
Yeah.
And like when countries gave up their weapons of mass destruction, he was one of the only ones, which was a couple old mustard gas shells. Like it was bullshit, but it made the Bush administration look really good.
Made him, yeah, look, we did.
And like they would do shit like that, and like he's like, also give me a bunch of money, and like Gaddafi rocked because he was just like, yeah, I'll do whatever. Like he's like, I'm fine with that. Like he wasn't like insanely corrupt, really, which
He's
was
playing both sides, and that's what
they were willing to pay him and leave him alone. Which like he's like, I'm trying to build He was like a Pan-Africanist and like member of OPEC, and like he wanted Africa for Africa, not no. He didn't really want America in it unless they were like actually going to be like fuck. Unless he could be like fuck you, pay me to them.
Yeah.
And he was also had the
Unless they were paying you to be a supervillain.
Yeah, and he's like, like they were already going to call him that. They're going to call him
Yeah.
a communist or anything else. So he's like, all right.
Wait, what did we end
That
up
was
getting him
rough. You ever
for?
seen
What
the
did he?
video?
Of him
So
getting raped in the ass with a
Yeah.
knife?
he was sodomized with a bayonet.
Yeah.
Sodomized
by
with a bayonet.
rebel forces. What was going on in Libya with like when that's the most
Arab
recent-
Springs, was that?
That was they had the Arab Spring kind of. That's Tanzania, Egypt, and
It's 2011 though, right? It
it's
was
around
there.
2011. They try to always like if you took a political science course, they tell you like Facebook was revolutionary for causing all these revolutions.
Yeah.
They're always that's straight up propaganda.
Oh, of course.
It's absolute. I read a book on this all recently also, but like
Go in, King. Go in, King. That's
You
what
know,
we, that's what we say on the Red Pill board.
well, I
Say,
mean,
go in, King.
Hillary Clinton did 9/11. That's when the Libyan revolution started. Hillary Clinton did 9/11.
You heard that shit?
All right,
Go deeper.
That's
Go
what
deeper.
I've been
Well,
fucking saying for
No,
years,
but like,
dude.
that's when the Libyan revolution stuff happened. Was
Right.
on 9/11. That's when Ambassador Chris Stevens. Fuck, what was his name? The ambassador to Libya.
I don't want to slander any ambassadors.
Oh,
on this
he's already
podcast.
dead. Well, great thing about him, he's dead.
Yeah.
Because
Slander away. He did 9/11 too.
we were doing a gun running operation pretty much through Libya, and the ambassador to Libya was pretty much funneling guns into revolutionary forces, and we were trying to deliberately cause a revolution in Libya because they were just seen as kind of like a fragile state, which is kind of not true, but true. And yeah, like we then blew up the largest aquifer in Africa.
Love that.
Gaddafi built mass public infrastructure. He took all that fucking oil money and made Libya a pretty great place to live.
And America was like, fuck this infrastructure.
Yeah,
we don't like it.
Listen, Obama, 100%.
We only like
just for
crumbling
that.
infrastructure.
They were. Now there's like open slave markets in Libya. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that video
It's real
was
bad.
deeply upsetting to watch.
Which
Yeah.
one? The knife one or the slave market one?
Slave
slave
market.
market.
It's
The slave-
what, dude? It's like
I
straight
can-
up an auction. Like you ever see like livestock auctions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that,
I've been to.
Well,
but with a
auctions.
guy.
I don't know if we got this on camera, but
Also
you were
in
saying.
Arabic, which is way scarier.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's and then a whole bunch of Arabic guys are
It's
just
like
fucking
it's like a
cheering.
Lebanese wedding.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dude, you know what videos I remember? Like when the conflict was first going down. I remember like right before that video came out, they were all eating McDonald's, and I don't know what something about like people eating McDonald's
Yeah.
That's America.
makes me feel like everything's fine.
Oh, then there's that
Like-
fucking video of Hillary Clinton just being like, "We came, we saw, he died."
Yeah.
I have that in my.
And then
I
a
have that in
couple
my
months
podcast
later,
intro. It's
it was
nuts.
just open slave markets.
Yeah. Wait, is that still happening?
Yeah.
That country's just non-functioning now.
Just a,
It's quality of life.
Dude, a lot of it, dude. A lot of the slaves there were fucking the ones who built the fucking the soccer stadiums in Qatar.
Wait, but
Yeah.
what did
that's.
what did Gaddafi
You know
do?
about that one,
No,
dude?
no, go in, go in, King, go in, King.
Oh, well, Qatar.
Yeah,
A couple
I'm
years
familiar.
ago, like like the world, the fucking
It's
whatever, the
also
World Cup.
pronounced, by the way, just as an aside, and I don't know why they started insisting on doing this, because in the Transformers movie, it is called Qatar, but
Qatar,
it's called
Transformer.
Cutter.
Qatar?
Qatar.
Since when?
It's been pretty much since like 2016, 2015. Yeah.
They just did a name
I
change?
shit you not. It's like when they were like, I love when like white people like try to victimize, like make self-victimize, like with Kiev. It's actually pronounced Kiev or what?
What's the one they like? Iraq is supposed to be Iraq and Iran. That's how you spell
Iran,
Iraq. Whereas I say Iraq, Iran. That's how I like to say it.
Iraq. You know what?
You can be like George Bush and just confuse them.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
Our invasion of Iraq.
There's about 1 million slaves in Qatar, so I'm going to keep calling them Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah. Well, Qatar is also where like Al Jazeera is formed, if I remember correctly, and also where Hamas is like the head of Hamas is located. And then they were building.
That sounds pretty cool. I might go.
That's like.
I mean, it's an emirate, so yeah. I mean, it's pretty fucking nice if you're not a poor person there.
Dude, you can go there and it's fine.
Okay.
Dude, during the World Cup, you could just go there and like there's like the most beautiful foreign people on the planet were all there. But a couple years ago, because you have to like bid to get the World Cup in your country.
Yeah.
You have to be insanely
like years
corrupt,
beforehand. Like years before. I think it's like 10, 12, something.
It's about 10. I mean, that's when they do them all at once, kind of.
And
yeah,
so
same with
Qatar,
the
they had like
Olympics.
something like 2 or 3 soccer stadiums or something like that in
Yeah.
Qatar. And it was like, that's not nearly it. You need at least 9 soccer stadiums to have the World
so
Cup.
much money, so many billions. Like
Yeah. And like that's bare minimum. And then so they were just like, listen, we can do it. We can build it by the next fucking World Cup. By the time we're doing it, we could do the next World Cup. And the entire World Cup committee, like every country on it was just like, listen, we know there's no way they can do it without slave labor. That being said, they got some pretty cool cities.
Yeah, that's
First off, they have one city. It's like fucking
It's got a nice downtown area.
the
Good
big-
shopping.
It's got a nice downtown area,
The
dude.
big
We
joke
like
they were
those.
doing about them was the stadiums. There's the whole member of the soccer team, which are pretty much the only people who aren't the wealthy Qatari royal family. And then the soccer players, and then everyone else who built the stadiums.
Yeah.
the 11 guys who didn't build the stadium.
They're all wearing pillowcase shirts.
Because it was, it was insane. Like, also, like,
What year was that? What year was that?
That would be
That was
2020.
I'm just throwing in random extraneous like details just to
Or like-
That was the
cement
last
this to
World Cup,
reality.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Well,
No, the last World Cup was fucking.
It's gonna be in
It's every 4
America,
years.
right? This year, isn't
yeah,
it?
It's coming up.
But America's not corrupt. There's no way that.
Yeah. There's
Hey,
no
how
way
are they
that
gonna
we
have the World Cup here
Well,
when we're not
so
as corrupt?
There's
as
no way that we
Qatar?
displace
I can tell
poor
you, like, not even a
people or-
conspiracy about like the Olympics and the World Cup because they pretty much have like trading people, whatever. They're pretty much large-scale property schemes and real estate schemes and homeless displacement schemes.
Yeah.
That's why the next one's going to be in L.A. And I'm going to tell. That's why they're doing it. I shit you not. It's the same thing with Chinatown and the arena right now too. It is to displace homeless people and provide investment for the largest and most wealthiest people in the city.
That brings me straight to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which since we're talking about. We're not just conspiracy guys, all right? We care about stuff, right? Corruption.
Yeah.
Corruption, lying. These are the
Yeah.
dude, a public example of corruption was just this week. Our lovely mayor, Sherelle Parker, actually was like 6 months in, I'm going to greenlit the $3 billion stadium as of this week, which is just funny. If you read the comments under the post, everyone's like, oh, the mayor we thought was cool is obviously now corrupt. She held out 6 months and then
Well, I mean, what options did you have? You had like some insane Republican or Cheryl Parker to vote for. So it's
Wait,
like,
what?
basically, the Sixer Stadium
I'm new
is
to
going
Philly. I'm sorry.
Basically, they've been trying to build a Sixer Stadium in Chinatown, and just this week, Sherelle
Oh,
Parker,
I heard about that. It's supposed to be.
she
like
wants to
all around
lay
the city.
Chinatown to rubble.
That sucks, dude.
Sherelle Parker said, "I need to make Chinatown into a pile of rubble." And
well, you know, when they build the stadium, I've heard that every time a basket goes in, a gong will sound now.
Gong.
Honor to the legacy, and also all the stadiums are going to have like those cool like Japanese like gate things.
that's going to be so sick.
So they're actually going to honor the legacy very well. Also, you're not going to be allowed to wear shoes in the stadium.
Okay, now, hey, it was all fine until that. That's just offensive.
Gonna eat some stadium
No,
noodles,
I mean they're
dude.
the ones that are going to do it. So, and I know Chinatown actually isn't that many Chinese people
Take
anymore.
your shoes off before you go to the stadium.
You have to bow. All the players are going to bow.
Dude, all the fucking seats
If
are this
Joel
high off
Embiid
the
doesn't hit a
fucking
layup,
ground.
they're going to fucking behead. They're going to commit seppuku, which I understand China and Japan, but I also
Yeah.
was
Two different things.
Yeah, those famously the same
I'm sure
place.
the 76ers arena people and
They're
you know,
famously
Cheryl
the
Parker
same
will
place in their
represent-
cultures that love one
I'm
another.
sure they'll
famously.
respect Asian culture
Yeah,
very
yeah.
tastefully. Oh, Franklin's going to be made into dog soup. That's it. I got it. That's the last one.
I was going to have
I was
lo
gonna give that one
mein
to
at the
Nick.
Sixers Stadium. They're going to have lo mein and
Dude,
egg roll
Here's
carts.
honestly in that situation. Here's what I'm the most mad about is the fact that it's gonna ruin parking even more.
That's a great point.
Well,
Everyone's like, what about the
dude,
traffic?
that's gonna fucking suck.
The 76.
That's gonna suck so hard,
Change the
dude.
name to the Philadelphia Chinaman.
The Flying Suns.
Dude, they already have such a great system. Fucking the stadiums are right on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying?
People get screwed so hard on sports here because, like, so I'm from Ohio, you're from New York, and I know you're Philly.
He's Connecticut.
No,
He's
I'm from Connecticut, but I fuck Philly
are you
sports.
really?
So yeah, Philly sports, baby. That's what I like.
Well, you guys just have no sports. So
Yeah, no, I don't like the Patriots at all. I like the
a
Eagles.
WNBA team and a hockey team.
Yeah,
probably,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I will say this. I think the Eagles might get me into football. I've never been a football guy, but
But
Eagles.
it's intoxicating, yeah.
Because everyone in Philly's.
I mean, you are pretty intoxicated.
Everyone in Philly is so just about the Eagles.
It's crazy. Dude, me and
That I'm
Maria.
like-
This is the greatest sports city in the country.
I'm
I
excited.
will not
They get me
even-
excited.
Me and Maria,
'Cause, like,
we were
we-
walking around getting Angelo steaks, and it was 4:45 with like 2 minutes left today, and we were hearing men scream. Ah!
Yeah, dude.
Like all the houses were wailing at the. Come on! Like,
Yeah, dude. That's what I fucking want. Because I'm from Albany, New York.
Yeah.
So it's like right in the middle of the state. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
No, and all the New York teams suck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like it's
Except for
right
the
in the middle of
Knicks.
the state. So like my dad's like a Giants fan, but like
Right.
a lot of my cousins are like Jets fans, and then there's a lot of Bills fans, and then there's also a bunch of like Patriots fans. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like
all bullshit.
yeah.
Everything you just
so
said is
we don't
bullshit.
have like a set team in that city.
Yeah,
But
Ohio.
like now I'm here, and everyone's just like, no, it's the Eagles, or we will kill you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
well, here's a conspiracy question. This,
Okay.
this is
Give it
something
to
I
me.
was genuinely thinking about today because it's just something you hear. I feel like as of last year when Travis Kelce was dating Taylor Swift, the dialogue became, and sports are rigged too, just like our media. And the results of sports are rigged too, just like the media we consume, which makes you think like, but it's really a game with two teams of guys. They're really trying to win. How would you rig it?
well, so
But I'm starting to think
I
maybe
actually
it's
do
rigged.
believe in that conspiracy somewhat.
Adam
Not
is in.
like
How about you?
Not like in a fucked up way, but because these are like billion-dollar franchises, and like you don't have to rig it explicitly.
Yeah.
It's like the most like close it can be, which is you have refs, and we know refs are insanely corrupt. Philadelphia produces almost all the corrupt refs in the league.
Heard that? Piece of
No,
shit.
really, like look that up. Almost all of them come from like Delco. It's, there is an insane legacy of
Flag on the
Philadelphia
play,
refs.
bro.
I want to come back to stadiums really bad. Just trust me on this.
Come back to
But-
stadiums. Let's
but-
circle
but
back.
No, like sports are rigged slightly. What is the incentive to not have the World Series go to 7 games? Think about how much money you
Right.
lose if it doesn't go. You have a 7-game series normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't hit, if you go to 5,
It's like, what did we pay for?
you are losing 2 more games of money. Like it's very clear.
And-
So you call the games close. That's what they do. Now there are some times where like if you really fucking blow it, like think about what's the year when LeBron led the was it the Cavs or it was the Cavs when they won
I don't know, I'm not a-
or
I'm not a
it was
big
the
sports
Warriors
guy.
like the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. Like you remember that like they had won 3 games in the series. They had to win 1 fucking more.
Yeah, and
it would have
just-
been over in like 4 games, and then the Cavs came back.
They just
and
have
win,
to get to the 7.
and like it gets it to 7.
But
And,
then
like,
to the point
they
where
wanted to like be 6 or 7 games.
But
every
in your
time.
mind, sports are fair. Sports are fucking
Yeah.
fair. They're
Well,
really playing.
I honestly think
Yeah.
it depends because
they are playing. It's just the refs can call it just perfectly.
My big thing, my big sport has always been fighting.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
boxing,
also very corrupt.
MMA.
Yeah.
Well,
Dana
yeah,
White is-
boxing especially
Yeah.
Dana White's
Has-
corrupt as shit.
has been one of the most. Dude, I go back and forth because like every now and again I'll just be like, this is fucking fixed, but then like something will happen, I'll just be like,
How could you fake that?
well,
right?
not even how could you fake that?
You
I'm
can't-
like,
how do you fake Ben Askren getting
like,
knocked out
all
in
right,
8 seconds?
like for
you
example,
ever seen that?
Yeah.
for
It's a great
example,
video.
why would you make Bilal Muhammad champion over Leon Edwards? That would make no fucking sense.
Because it pisses people off.
Yeah, it's true. It pisses people
Engagement
off,
is so much more.
but not in the
with,
right
like, a lot
way.
of sports.
Well, and then think about extending a series from 5 games to 7 games, and the
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
incentive.
that's exactly
It's
that's
the gambling money.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
I'm saying. That's
you-
the industry.
You want to hear another one? This one involves Israel.
hey, you thought you were skating by Israel?
baby.
Come on, hey, whoa.
It always comes back
Well,
to
so like
Israel.
this is a huge deal. That
Everyone
happened
put boys
this year.
got your number, Israel.
The
Ever since
the Adelson
1948, it
family.
goes
Who are the
back to
Adelson
Israel.
family?
Sheldon Adelson and Miriam Adelson. Sheldon Adelson died they're huge right-wing funders and huge supporters of Israel. She's now like the 5th richest woman in the world. So like that's
But did she invent
talking
anything, or did she start like a
she
company or
sucked the
something?
Jewish guys. No.
God damn it!
No, but like
Just want one inventor.
You heard
fuck.
it here.
so they
He's
own,
looking for a
I
profitable
believe
endeavor.
The Adelsons own, I think no, they don't own Harrah's. They own
Suck some
they own
Jewish
a
dick.
casino chain,
Mhm.
like one of the Vegas ones.
One of the big
I
ones.
cannot remember
MGM
one.
or
One of the biggest ones. Like they're one of the big like 5. And they this year bought.
Oh, is it the ones who were like all had the ones that opened in the Caribbean during like the fucking 60s? That hotel chain.
This is why we need some nerd to fucking Google everything we said. It sounds like we're just stupid.
I was asking if you wanted me to deep dive anything, and I just whatever.
No, that's loose.
Dude, he'll bring documents if you fucking want.
I just like to read stuff more, like pick a specific subject I'll listen to, because I did Declan's podcast and did 4 hours, and I came and brought a book that I talked about.
Also, I plan to cap out at about 1 hour. We got like 30 minutes. I promised the boys I would go to Heat Lamp Comedy tonight at O'Neill's.
I gotta hit Heat Lamp Comedy.
Yeah, so maybe we'll go scoot over there.
Fergie's and then that. But the Adelsons bought into the Mavs, Dallas Mavericks this year. So now, and they also own the sports betting books.
So the number one company for that donates
a
to
casino and sports betting company bought into They bought into the NBA now. That's Mark Cuban's team, if you don't know. And they bought a controlling share, except for Mark Cuban retains all rights to plan the team.
Yeah.
He's like GM kind of, but they bought a 66% share or some shit. And now you just have one of the companies making the books and owning one of the teams, and they went to the finals for basketball this year for the NBA championship. So it's now you have these groups directly involved with sports gambling. Fucking put Pete Rose in the goddamn Hall of Fame. He may be a rapist and a Donald Trump supporter and 8 other things, but.
And Chris Benoit, too. Honestly, put Chris Benoit in the Hall of Fame.
What Hall of Fame?
I didn't mean to shove you off
WWE
right
one?
The WWE Hall of Fame.
By the way, WWE.
And you know what? The Baseball Hall of Fame, too.
Yeah,
why not? He was doing a lot of steroids, all right, at the same time.
But dude, baseball, you could fake. And football, you think they couldn't fake it, but then next thing you know, Taylor Swift's fucking boyfriend is now wins.
Watch how many football games come down to last-minute plays.
Pretty much.
Cardell Jones catching that interception in Ohio State when they won the first national championship. It was insane. And, that was a third-string quarterback. The narratives are established.
Yeah.
It's so straightforward. Big Dick Nick Foles, baby. They were yes.
Dude, you know what gets me
board.
as, probably, it straight up feels like the WWE is, what the fuck is his name? He's, the biggest NFL contract ever. Pat Mahomes,
Pat
right?
Mahomes, yeah.
Pat Mahomes, right? The year he got, I think it was, either the first year or second year after he got signed, was the same year that, what the fuck is his name? He just did the roast.
Oh, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That was the same year that he tried to play for the fucking.
That was mental torture.
That sound's going to be on the recording.
That's fine. Right? That's fine.
It was the same year that he tried to play for the fucking Patriots again. And they were like, we don't want you. And then he went and played for whatever fucking team he was.
I think his divorce from his wife, who loves cheating on him. And he loves not fucking her. So
yeah.
He's like, I have to retain all my semen, Giselle. You don't understand. If any leaves my body. South Park did the best.
I can't throw a touchdown pass.
I can't kiss Bill Belichick on the mouth after the game if I've ejaculated. How am I supposed to kiss my son knowing cum has left my body?
Yeah.
He's so weird.
But yeah, it was the same year.
He's probably the most normal Midwesterner to become rich.
The roast, anything goes, except 2 things: don't talk about my wife and don't talk about kissing my son on the lips.
Right.
Those are the only 2 things you're not allowed to say.
By the way, never tell anyone what they shouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
Ruins the roast, dude.
We just did the roast recently, and there's a certain comic I know that was don't talk about how I'm fat. And it's that's
I thought you were talking about the certain comics who's a certain politician in a certain state called Delaware.
Oh yeah, she was on a podcast shitting on Joe Biden. She was on Chapo Trap House. And
fun.
Yeah, I was and then she showed up in Philly Comedy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And then she does roast battle, and she goes, but you can't talk about my politics, you can't talk about this. What the fuck, bitch? This is a roast battle.
What am I supposed to tell?
Adam Flick got the no fap challenge. He's like, don't.
Am I supposed to say you look funny?
Dude, we got doctor comedians now, we got lawyer comedians now, and
I don't like it.
Politicians are coming into open mic comedy.
Yeah, no, dude, they're trying to corrupt us too.
Hold
on 1 second. Hold on. It's back to the fucking NFL thing I was saying. Fucking the way that the fucking playoffs it ended up being Pat Mahomes versus fucking Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the narrative, man.
That's fucking WW. That's WrestleMania shit.
And
you know what I mean?
When the Eagles win, it was a big dude with a big dick versus some fucking
best name ever, by the way.
Yeah.
Best name. You
it's
know
like
about
Cena
that, right?
versus The Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, just when Nick Foles he won the Super Bowl, and then everyone called him Big Dick Nick.
The mainstream.
You won, so that must mean your dick is huge.
I want to be the NFL fixer who has to like get all those dogs and make them fight, so I can frame Michael Vick. Because like there are fixers. If we understand there are fixers in Hollywood, like if you saw Ray Donovan, or did you watch Hail Caesar with
No, I haven't seen
Josh Brolin. Oh, Josh Brolin.
No, I have seen that.
He plays a Hollywood-style
communist movie. Yeah. Or that's like a loose background plot.
No, I mean that's a real thing though. Yeah, I mean.
But that was the here's a lighter, brother.
Yeah, like I would love to be an old school fixer. Just again making dogs fight like Terrell. You have to go out there and fucking flip off the crowd. Come on, buddy.
Dude, it's just like it's just a guy who just hates his job anyway. You know what I mean? It's a guy. It's like, come on, would you guys just fucking fight each other? You know what I mean? I'm trying to go home to my wife.
It's Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder being like, you're going to go out there and you're going to get a brain and neck injury so bad, you're not going to be able to walk, Mr. Hamlin. And then when you come back, everyone's going to want to suck your dick. They have like, I know that there's, who's like freezing those guys' sperm and brains after they die at 30? Because there was a guy that did that.
Did you hear that?
Guys, I'm thinking about a full. You guys just like spurt something in me. I'm thinking about a full pivot right now. I'm about to.
I'll spurt something in.
I'm about to full pivot right now to how we're gonna do a conspiracy podcast, and we're talking about fucking sports from fucking a decade ago and 5 years ago.
Good conspiracy.
Here's a good one. The conspiracy of the week, the freak of the week. P. Diddy, baby. America went from not knowing the word freak off to now everybody says freak off. No one was at Diddy's freak off parties.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was there.
I want to.
Dude,
I got a picture of a
covered
list.
in baby oil, getting shoved up people's butts, dude.
It's like
that's what they were using the baby oil for. They were covering Kevin Hart in baby oil and shoving him.
Oh yeah.
You know in that
they were sliding him around the room.
In that scene where like it's all the guys on the mask. It's like, well, like imagine it's like who's the who's who at like of the '90s celebrities that are under those masks. Like, you know, you got fucking Carrot Top. You got
short
Vern Troyer from
Danny DeVito.
You got Danny DeVito. Who, you know what I mean? Like, celebrity is a very relative term, and like. Just the D-League celebrities.
My favorite picture of the week was Meek Mill, Diddy in arms, smiling, and
I
a little midget between them going.
Yeah, they're just like, oh.
And then the picture said, I don't even want to know what happened.
And then Cat Williams just had a shit-eating grin on. He's just smiling.
And you're just looking at the midget, just be like, "Oh, that."
I heard someone say they thought the Shannon Sharp tape was just to cover. Like he's like, I'm actually not gay, even though he was at the. You know,
yeah.
Like, it's just
dude, doctor.
You rolled that fast.
Because obviously straight men have never had sex with other dudes.
Great job, brother. I got fucking screamed at Raven Lounge this week. Were you there for that?
No.
Oh my god, I rolled a joint.
Oh yeah, you gotta do it with the door guy.
He just screamed. He's like, "You can't fucking roll weed here." I'm like,
"Oh yeah, I know.
We do this all the time." I'm
sorry.
By the way, for job purposes, this is just tobacco.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't partaken. I don't think.
I haven't, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Do you think the USPS is going to lock in and try to find?
Yeah, no.
Actually, they would. They would
this
like. This
is not Adomas Wareikis.
That's not even the name I have under listed in the post office. I use a fake name.
This is Adomas Wareikis.
What I'll say is if anybody could get through like a half hour of this to frame you for like good luck.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Shane Gillis being like, listen, I got fired from SNL for only 2 minutes of what I said on a podcast. And he's like, imagine if they listened to even 5 minutes or more. And
that's the thing. As somebody who is not hired by SNL, I would love if my podcast outraged somebody. That's that's kind of the goal right now. I'm
trying to
become famous.
I want to get canceled. You get fucking.
So this is just this
so
got
famous
posted
so
on a
quick.
random Facebook group.
Oh.
Coming out people who soon to be named by the feds. This is just a list of people from Diddy's freak off parties. Steve Stout.
Who's that?
Okay.
Not familiar.
Steve Wonder's real name.
Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons. Okay.
Eve.
Yep.
Okay.
The
Aaron Hall. Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yep. When she's like 18 at the time in these, like, by the way.
Hey. And what is she doing there? Are they all railing her? I mean, okay.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
bro, how dark do you think it probably gets? It
dude,
probably gets
I don't think it gets
dark.
I don't think it gets dark. I think it's just straight up like weird, horny old.
Yeah, they're just like on Molly.
And horny. Listen, we know people who will fuck the host of mics to get a spot that's decent on the mic. We know people that will do that.
So
at this level of comedy, They're not even fucking to get on up at the stand. They're not fucking to
That's
get up
true.
at a punchline or helium.
Here's the thing.
Dude, it's
That's
like
Who
true.
do I gotta
Dude,
fuck at
it's
punchline,
essentially-
Jake?
Dude,
I
Diddy's
can't keep
house-
sucking Jay Simpson off. Like,
Diddy's
I can give you a
house-
list. I can't say it that will help you.
can you have it ranked?
After you blow all the waiters, they're gonna be like, "Where's my spot?" They're like, "Oh, sorry, sweetheart. That was."
Dude, Diddy's fucking house is just the fucking Bohemian Grove.
But that's
for-
what's
for
funny.
black
It's just
guys.
like
You
everyone.
know he tried to buy an NFL
Yeah.
team, right? By the way,
Dude, it's Bohemian Grove for
one?
black guys.
there are no black NFL owners, or black. I think any pro sport team owner, except for the only like Michael Jordan owns a share of the Charlotte Hornets, and that's it. But he was trying to buy the Panthers, the Jaguars, one of those two.
The New Jack City.
The Jacksonville Jaguars or the I forget what Panthers, but they're from North Carolina.
It's that
It's a
one.
Panthers.
Him and he was trying to get a consortium together to buy it for like $4.6 billion.
But this is just on the just going back to rappers
yeah.
real quick. Back to rapper. This is just do you remember fucking like 2011 conspiracies when people on early Twitter would talk about the Illuminati? The Illuminati.
Do you know about the book,
Yeah.
The Hold a Pale Horse? That's like
I heard it. Yeah.
that's apparently like the Vice did a fake documentary, like a bullshit. Vice loves making like
Vice
the most,
is I fucking
we will
hate
find
Vice.
the most
Dude,
non. But they
don't get me
did
started on
they
Vice.
did actually a kind of decent article documentary thing where it was
Girls at school.
Behold a Pale Horse and the influence on rappers, because it's cited like they bring it up a lot of times because it was like popular in X-Files, and like honestly it is very type thing to like rant at people. Like it's the most insane.
But it was always Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye West putting up the triangle in all their pictures. Well, why, if they weren't in the Illuminati, why would they not put triangles in all their pictures? And they were always going like,
well, what about the Trilateral?
Dude, I think they were
Commission?
trying
What
out.
about the-
I think that's what it
another
really
secret
was.
Society.
what's the what's the
There's Bohemian Grove Trilateral Commission.
you know about the
Yeah.
Brule Society? Do you know about the Brule
Do
Society?
they just really like roulette?
No, it's
creme brulee.
no, it's a black fraternity.
Oh, okay.
And that every
So it's-
famous black celebrity that you know of was
Yeah, it's Skull and Bones for black people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey guys, we're back. We're back on Jakey's pod, everybody. We're back.
Yeah.
That was a momentary issue, but it was actually good because I think we just that's my two favorite things: is conspiracy theories and open mic comedy in Philadelphia. Never the two shall meet. That's what I
Yeah, right. Except for outside of Raven around 1 in the
I
morning.
hope people again know. People are sucking people off to get on shit.
People are sucking
Yeah.
people off to get on the list. Everybody.
I don't even run it.
Who's sucking? Who's sucking people
I've
off?
never gotten sucked for a mic, but
Yeah, me either, dude.
Damn, that's crazy.
I fucking run a list from time to time, dude.
I just like to lie and say.
Yeah, Raven should be fucking abusing this. That place has like the most disgusting bathrooms and.
The best lie I've
I
ever
drive home to
gotten
poop
from an
sometimes.
open micer trying to go earlier on the list where they're like, it was at Friendly Lounge with Friendly Mike. He's like, it was like 9:50. It's 9:15. Now he was like, hey man, I gotta get going. I gotta pick my sister up from the airport. And I was like, you gotta pick your sister up from the airport at 9:30 on a Thursday? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, and you came to his open mic anyway, thinking you just scoot right out, and then you had to go pick your sister up from the airport. And he was like, uh-huh. And I was like, all right, that's a story. There you go. There you go, brother. You're next, dude. If that's your story, then you're next.
Dude, fuck
Well, I'll
yeah.
tell you later.
Dude, that's pretty sick. Dude, there's some dude from LA at Brownie who was just like, hey, can I get up sooner because the time's about to run out on my parking meter?
Oh no, I've been
Yeah.
friends with him. And then he went up and he was like, and he made his girlfriend film him like
Yeah.
Oh, whole set about rain.
Yeah. Well, no, was it? Yeah.
I heard about that. That made me like.
Dude, his shirt was also buttoned all the way like
I
down.
feel like sick when I heard about it. I'm like, I don't understand why.
It was really funny.
Dude,
yeah.
he had his shirt buttoned all the way down to here too. Oh my god, that guy was awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's fun. I love the confidence. First of all, you're like, you gotta bump yourself. They're not ready for me to go up with
Yeah.
your rape material and to make your girlfriend hold the cell phone in the.
Also,
phone.
he was like,
I'm not gonna go up with the mic.
Yeah.
they were also both visibly on cocaine.
Oh really?
Yeah, like the guy was up there. He was like, yeah, so I got cancer. He just had like this fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like his shoulders were really moving and he was very sweaty.
Let's bring this back to Diddy. Bring
it back to Diddy, dude.
Back to
he
P.
was
Diddy.
auditioning. He was auditioning to be an Epstein guy. That's essentially what he was doing. No, he was alright, but like on a smaller level. He wasn't like as like fucking. I mean, yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're officially back.
We're back?
in.
I'm getting titty fucked by this mic.
Hell yeah.
You're good. You're
Dude,
good.
are you gonna edit out all the bullshit?
I think
Fuck
I'm
it.
gonna keep
Honestly,
in.
just skip ahead. Fuck it.
Well, there's a certain amount of audio that's just attached to the video, so I might just keep that in, and it's gonna be something a little more jumbled. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna cut out the part where we're talking about all the people in our personal life, but I'm gonna keep everything else.
Keep out all that shit we fucking talked about all of our friends.
Well, we were talking about the P Diddy list. Here's the thing about the P Diddy thing is, and I just watched a whole documentary about like the music industry this weekend or whatever. But it's just like P Diddy is the Epstein of the music industry, or maybe one of several.
Kinda, yeah.
Any record producer probably is.
Yeah. Right. Anyone connected to the fashion industry.
So it's like he was the guy, and like you look back for the past 2 decades, 3 decades, people be like, Diddy's parties, man. Diddy's parties are crazy. Everybody knows a Diddy party.
Kids.
And then like you go like and then everyone's just knew that for forever, and then maybe just like a few months ago they were like, actually, did you know that there were cameras in every single one of those rooms, and everyone just went collectively like gulp.
It's all good for me if we see footage of LeBron James's micro-penis. How many kids? What's a few kids getting fucked when you could
Kevin
see
Hart's eyes bulge out? He's like, bruh.
I mean, LeBron James allegedly does have like a micro-penis. I don't know if you know about that.
Have you heard, really? Is that true?
I've repeatedly heard it. I'm not going to look at his dick. By the way, Joel Embiid.
I would.
I'll take a look. There's a dude that ranks penis sizes of NBA players, and apparently Joel Embiid has like in the top 10, which is a lot of NBA players. So
that's pretty cool.
Good for him.
Wait, let me just. I'm just gonna instead of just going one, but I'm just gonna rattle down this list. Just name everybody I saw on the list that I saw. So Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rick Ross, Steve J, ? Dr. Dre, heard of him. Usher, heard of him. Meek Mill, heard of him. Drake, heard of him. LeBron James.
James.
The Game. It's funny to put The Game after LeBron James.
Is that really? Did he really make
Justin Bieber, who by the way sold just like recently sold all of his masters.
By the way, Justin Bieber's on that list for a completely different reason than
he's the one that was getting molested.
By the way, he's a sicko too.
Well, because like I don't remember if you remember, Diddy was one of the people like alleged to be fucking Usher. Yeah. And Usher's always been alleged to be a closeted homosexual. And then Usher signed Bieber when he was like
Usher's the reason. Usher's how I got.
Usher's
how I fell into the Diddy hole.
That has not come up
Usher's
once.
how I fell into the Diddy hole years ago.
You've been on the Diddy.
I've been on Diddy since
Diddy's whole
20
for
years.
You've been on Diddy since day one, like 50 Cent.
Usher, Will Smith.
I don't think 50 Cent's part of it at all, though.
No, 50 Cent has been on to Diddy. I want for 20 years.
50 Cent's a cool
50's
guy.
Smart guy, apparently.
Dude,
Like,
I
he
watched
made a bunch of money off of energy drinks.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
the
vitamin energy drinks.
Dude,
the other
he also owns all of Ja Rule's catalog.
I'm gonna send you a 2-hour fucking documentary about the beef between 50 Cent and P Diddy for the past 20 years. Dude, literally, 50 Cent has gone on entire business ventures just to fuck with P Diddy. P Diddy started Ciroc. 50 Cent starts effing vodka or directly to compete with Ciroc. He starts coming out constantly. It's better, dude. And he's just been calling Diddy gay on the Breakfast Club for fucking 20 years.
Dude, 50 Cent's
Everyone's
the man.
like, he's the best. He's the best.
Many men.
Ja Rule,
Many men.
Dude, his shit with Ja Rule. He did a lot of shit to Ja Rule, including like buying a bunch of tickets to his concerts so that he would come out and see nobody. My favorite thing he did was after the whole Fyre Fest thing, fucking Ja Rule had to sell the rights to all of his music.
Yeah.
And 50 Cent bought them all.
Right.
So every time someone listens to Ja Rule,
50 Cent gets
50
paid.
Cent gets paid.
That's so good.
We were talking about this outside.
50's the best.
50 Cent's the
He's
man.
my hero. He's literally my hero.
Diddy is like the fake one of like he bought into it.
Yeah.
His father was
A drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
He was an associate of notorious mobster Frank Lucas
From the movie
heroin
American
trafficker.
Gangster.
The movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Like he was a
He
heroin
was a close
trafficker.
associate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
Dude, and also
can I just say Jay-Z wearing the gay hat and the fucking trench coat like he's an old-timey mobster, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like,
but here's
these people are
Bro,
fucking...
you hard knock life, you know.
Dude, here's the thing about Diddy's association with Frank Lucas, right? Is that Frank Lucas was a big heroin importer. Like
he was part of the Golden Triangle during Vietnam. With
So all of that.
I love
So basically, the entire formation of organized crime's involvement with intelligence agencies internationally is based on heroin smuggling. In a lot
I
of
believe
ways.
that.
Yeah.
It was like because
that was with the Kuomintang
exactly the Chinese guys
the nationalist Chiang Kai-shek the guy that Mao was trying to kill when they went to Taiwan they were
because
trafficking
like basically so it starts with the OSS back in like the 1945 doing Operation fucking Underground, which is where they were like, all right, we're gonna use these Italian mobsters to do like these fucking.
They killed Aldo Moro, the prime minister of the years of lead. That's what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. And basically, we were gonna like recruit these like fucking mafia guys into like these intelligence projects during World War II. So the OSS is what became the CIA, and out of that all became the fucking. FBI. So all like these intelligence agents.
FBI is from the 20s. It's
from the 20s.
Killers of the Flower Moon is literally about the founding of it, because that's almost pretty much what created it.
And fucking
yeah, it was like those old gangsters and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it was also, but the mafia had fucking Hoover essentially literally over a barrel because they had him blackmailed because he was a closeted gay fella. Did you want to fucking look into it?
Yeah.
All the intelligence agencies were all started by a bunch of closeted gay guys.
Well, and that's
a whole bunch of closeted gay guys who were accusing each other of being gay.
Dude, this is something that bothers me.
That's
for like
a really
when
funny
people
one.
like you start bringing up conspiracy shit. They're like, you're telling me that all these people could keep a secret, all these dummies could keep a secret.
Yep.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Actually, if you take pictures of a guy while he's sucking a cock, he'll keep a secret.
Yeah, dude.
He'll keep a secret forever.
It's the fucking.
By the way, though, but let's just point
Dude, what's even worse?
What's the most famous one of the most famous conspiracies of all time that everyone knows about now is the Manhattan Project. That was a 4,500 person conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To build the atom bomb.
Huge.
Yeah.
They kept the secret pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, actually, they didn't. They were telling people all the time, and it was an open secret.
Yeah.
There's
Open secret.
Or
dude, and then there was a second one, number 2, at the same time, which is happening at fucking Camp the Dietrich, the fucking chemical core.
We're at their anniversary at Fort Dietrich, 9/11, Anthrax. Go, keep going.
We just
The
said so
chemical
many
core
numbers
during
and
World War
letters.
II.
Sorry, I'll talk about 9/11.
During World War II, it was second. It was a military science project, second only to the Manhattan Project during World War II, and it was the chemical core at fucking Camp Dietrich, and it was the guy who started MK Ultra. His professor was the head of it.
Yeah.
What the fuck was his name?
Not
Ira Baldwin.
Yeah.
Ira Baldwin, who was like this. He was a very, very Christian fucking chemist, and so he worked because during World War II, World War I, they outlawed the Geneva Agreement, outlawed
Chemical
warfare.
Yeah.
But didn't say anything about biological warfare because that didn't really kick off until World War II. The Chemical Corps started originally it was be like, oh, we're going to look into biological warfare. Essentially became a manufacturing plant for chemical weapons to be used by the Allies.
By the way, sick. By the way, you work at a secret chemical weapon.
Yeah.
Straight up
Well,
fire.
You want to know someone
like
whose grandfather did? Fred Armisen of SNL. His grandfather.
SNL fame, Portlandia.
It was in Unit 737 of Japan, the biological warfare division.
Dude, Unit 737 is one of the wildest, too. That's one of the wildest.
I mean,
it's
just torture. It's just torture. But it's
What was
biological warfare, but they're torturing people with biological weapons.
No,
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
What was the one? No, wait, it wasn't.
Unit 737 is the one that, and his grandfather's Korean.
Wait, was that
Korean that betrayed his people to work for the Japanese? So fuck Fred Armisen.
You don't deserve to be on
who and his Scientology ex-wife said he's like the best impression Fred does is of a normal person. His Scientologist ex-wife, the lady from The Handmaid's Tale, which is very ironic.
But yeah, no, Unit 737 was wild. Like they were doing like Nazi fucking doctors. Like, dude, they were also Unit 737 scientists were involved in Operation Paperclip as well.
Well,
so like scientists who were doing
they're
that
like
Operation Paperclip, who was like scooping up Nazi scientists after World War II.
Oh, not just scientists, just war criminals.
Yeah, war criminals.
Klaus Barbie, fucking Otto Skorzeny.
Yeah. We were talking about this outside. This brings us back to what we were talking about outside of Raven. Yeah. And I worry about this sometimes.
This is what got your fucking dick hard.
This is what got my fucking dick hard, and I decided we wanted. I was thinking like, our historical enemies were the Nazis, right? But that's a story we tell ourselves. Whereas the Nazis' real rival was fucking Russia.
Yeah.
Like, most of World War II was Nazi Germany versus Russia, and then like if you were to say it like a movie, like America comes in like the third act.
Yeah,
and
which
in our mind is how we
did both of them.
This is how we did both World Wars.
Yeah.
We showed up right at we were more in World War II.
It was like Nazis
World War II,
versus
we did a bunch of stuff.
Russians, right? And it's like it's like what if Nazis came over with Operation Paperclip, they got absorbed into high levels of society, basically turned us into like the Nazi government,
the Fourth Reich.
Yeah, the Fourth Reich, and then is at war with Russia. Yeah, like can't leave fucking Russia alone.
Well, we
their
actually,
old rival.
You didn't. Well, we didn't bring him into America explicitly, but the thing we did after the war, and this actually came up multiple times throughout history during the Cold War, was all the Nazis in an organization called NATO.
This little organization organization would be like to call
the
NATO?
North Atlantic Trade Organization to resist
NATO?
communism.
Yeah.
And NATO was full of Nazis. And actually, there's a map that you can look at. It's like for 1970, former Nazis in government positions around the world. Or like the guy who was the Nazi leader of France. When it became the Vichy government. They immediately once we took back France, we took that guy and made him in charge of the African campaign. So it's just like no, like and then like the only people that resisted the Nazis during World War were weird centrists, maybe like Winston Churchill and Charles de Gaulle, who we tried to kill, and after when we had those guys, and then the communists. Those were the only people that resisted the Nazis pretty much in Europe. In like all these allied areas, and that's where they all come into power in the 40s, and then we immediately start killing all those dudes.
Yeah,
like Alfred Moro in Italy during the Years of Lead, or the leader of there's so many fucking but understanding the World War as a war between Germany and between Nazis and fucking
Russian communists,
which Nazis funded and Italians funded entirely by the West. Funded, the U.S. gave them all money. The British gave them all money. All their investments were with those people, and then the Germans. They invested all their money in the March on Rome that Mussolini did was funded by the British.
Yeah, okay,
like the Black Shirt March on.
Not.
I mean, they were both men of the year for Time for a reason because they were resisting communism. This is where that history is rooted in.
Dude, the fucking Olympics was in the goddamn Germany. Like,
are you guys like? I'm good. I'm pro anti-communism. I don't like communism.
I'm not no.
I hate communism.
We were talking about this beforehand. I lean more like libertarian, sort of.
I get scared of communism, dude. I get scared. I think it's like a monster that eats itself. You know?
I mean,
do you want to know? Do you want me to tell you what I fucking think is happening?
Yeah.
I think World War III is like kicked off already.
We're in a new Cold War.
Well, no, yeah. Well, it's essentially.
Except for all the areas where it's hot.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's not a Cold War. It's not even a Cold War. Dude, the conflict in the Ukraine, right?
Pretty
which
cool.
is we're fighting our fucking classic enemy, the fucking Russians.
I think something else is going on there.
It's a very hot.
What do you think is going on in
fucking
Ukraine?
Land grabs.
So America,
the land deals going on in the Ukraine.
America
is that what you think else is going on there?
anything really anymore, and it really never did. Mostly we produce like new real estate schemes or tech schemes or bullshit. Like we don't really make anything.
Yeah.
And actually,
weapons.
most of American influence and power comes from destroying other countries and then privatizing all of their assets, their telecoms, their electric, their industry, their steel industry. We've been doing that in Ukraine. We've been buying up Ukraine, American companies, and British.
That's what I'm saying about the fucking land deals.
So like we're in there. It's not about a Cold War with Russia necessarily.
Do you know about this, Jake?
The grab for like minerals and shit. Like
fucking Ukraine has like some of the best farmland on the fucking
that's
planet.
why that's why the myth
and
of
so basically all like these weapons and money that we're
I
giving them.
think I heard on fucking Tim Dillon or whatever. Like which guy? Lindsey Graham. He was like
South Carolina Senator.
Yeah. I think he was the one who said like, guys, the war in Ukraine's good because of all the minerals in the ground.
Yeah, it's
what are you gonna?
He said,
he said, what are you gonna let the Russians take all the minerals out of the ground? And then I was like, he just fucking said it. He just said the thing.
Well,
he said the thing you're not supposed to say. He's like
the world. What we live in right now, and technically, like in political science terms, is a unipolar world where the U.S. is the dominant hegemon of the world. And right now,
technically,
the world is trying to form. It used to be a bipolar world between Russia and the U.S. And then now we're entering into a multipolar world, which is China, Russia, America, Iran wants to be its own sphere of power. Like you have all of these now forming the BRICS countries: Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, and South Africa, which is not correct. But
dude, South Africa makes so many odd choices when it comes to their fucking foreign policy.
I don't know much about South Africa.
Well, I mean, are you about to be like, why are they condemning Israel?
No.
Because I will say they actually produce a lot of really great political scientists. But yeah, anyway.
No. They produce a lot of I'm talking like their government. They make a lot of fucking.
But so like we have a multipolar world forming right now where countries are like we're not going to be under U.S. hegemony, which is like I don't know. Like we have ours and our sphere of influence, and these other ones that like Russia and Iran and China aren't really allied in any capacity, but. It's strange. I don't know.
I think that's what the World War III is.
Can I tell you guys? Can I get like? Well, so we've stayed pretty grounded conspiracies, but everybody knows, and that's what I like about the Red Pill Boys. Is guys, we like facts and logic.
I mean, I did.
I got some wild ones.
I do
got
focus
some wild
on
beliefs.
state criminality actual conspiracy is a legal term, not That's what my podcast focuses on too.
But here, American Guilt, right? Yeah. The American Guilt podcast. But like here's a something I actually believe, because you were saying like you think World War III is going on already.
Yeah.
I think that we might be getting nuked all the time, but that the reality keeps resetting from the CERN Collider.
You believe in divergent cell theory?
No, I think every time that humans are about to get wiped out, the CERN Collider resets it, and then we're just in the.
So there's this thing.
I think we got sucked into the black hole back in 2016.
There's a theory that we might actually just already be in one. And we're still
that's what I think. I think we got sucked in 2016 when CERN opened the black hole.
No. The CERN black hole thing is so weird to me, and I'm like, because you would have to have the problem with the black hole theory is that you have to have equal mass to whatever it is, and it doesn't. It would have to actually have
there's weird shit that's going on. I've been having weird shit go on like all the time.
I'll tell you this: there's a theory in physics. It's like I think it's the Banach-Tarski paradox. It was the God particle shit. But there's a theory like in physics that when a pencil falls, you can see the way it falls, but it also falls the other way in physics. And like there's a theory that like pretty much you will never perceive the end of the universe from your perception because matter goes the other way always, where matter continues.
Right.
So like it's a theory of like your perception of your life will be that you live 99 years, even though it's not. Like it's so strange, and it's like what the. It's one of these weird physics things that I'm like, what the.
Dude, physics gets so fucking trippy.
It's bullshit.
Dude, back when I was doing a lot of acid, I dated a physicist.
That's fun.
Oh. Let me tell you, that was a lot of fun.
Cum shot, get the parabola. Yeah. I got a fourth.
No, she's like
she pour chemicals on your balls.
Yeah, she was like a theoretical physicist.
She'd be like, watch this, and she'd hit your balls with a hammer.
No, we just talk about trippy shit, and then she'd just be like, I can prove mathematically that that's true. You know what I mean? Like,
I can prove mathematically how to make you cum.
Yeah, I mean, she could. By the way, I'll tell you that much. She fucking could.
Alternate timeline theory, though. Like, I really, I think that's like a pretty like.
It's pretty. I hate that Rick and Morty made it kind of trendy and shit, but I do think this is what I think. This is my kind of kooky belief, but I think human beings are supposed to be on the earth so that even though there's evil forces that like seem to want to wipe us out, I think that the CERN Collider keeps resetting every time they wipe out humanity.
Giving too much power to the fucking Dutch.
Do you think the CERN Collider?
I got a Dutch scientist.
We're still alive. Isn't that weird?
They're just resetting us every fucking time.
But also, I will believe anything. I also will I'll support any conspiracy. And I'll believe anything. And if you said like that doesn't make any sense upon scrutiny, I'll be like, you're right. You're right. So you're saying it's the Dutch? Yeah. Yeah, they're cool.
Dude, the Dutch don't get enough shit for being pieces of shit historically.
Yeah, no,
they're
fucking Satan.
Yeah, they're the fucking worst.
They shouldn't be a country.
Yeah, dude, the Dutch have a lot of nerve talking shit about the United States and imperialism
and slavery.
I was say about the fucking Dutch, dude.
Well, because the Dutch are like not.
They also invented capitalism.
Like the good kind, or
none of it is good technically, with an asterisk.
Like the modern kind.
Calm down, you fucking godless commie.
You godless communist.
You fucking godless commie, dude.
I follow this belief of like moralism, which is more about like the idea of it's. Everyone has to live. Everyone has to fucking eat. Everyone's got to do something. And it's like, you got to fucking meet those basic needs. And then I'm open to any conversation about actual exchanges.
This is just, but you would probably agree with this too. Like when you've seen communism enacted as like a political, or like a government in history, it's like a steak that eats itself. It's like the whole thing is about to like give everybody their fair share until you let in a communist power. Then it just like.
Well, the problem with that is like.
Turns.
I always hate when people do say it that just the actual existing communism has never been practiced, which is technically true, et cetera, et cetera. There's never been a communist government in the world. They're all like socialist or moving towards, because those are stepping stones.
Yeah,
and I mean even China is not even that extremely communist.
No.
But every one of those countries, like the moment the first communist country emerged, I might give it to the Soviet Union. The first country to ever emerge as communist was USSR, and what happened was we immediately invaded it and tried to kill their leaders in the White War. And ever since it existed, it has existed as an island. It is very hard, and we have committed economic warfare, economic terrorism, we have done everything we can to dismantle that at every point. Like it is a virus inside us, and. Same with Cuba, which has managed to provide universal health care. Same with the DPRK.
Well, to be fair, the Soviet Union did have an agenda of world domination.
No, that was a fake telegram.
No,
They can show you the telegram too.
They fucking
Fake telegram.
All right.
You read it in political science, and I forget what it literally says. The Soviets have no interest in global domination. They have no interest in war because they first off would like to rebuild their entire country that has just been destroyed, that we deliberately allowed to be destroyed.
Not under Stalin, dude. Definitely not under Stalin.
Stalin, no, fuck yeah, man.
Dude, Stalin, definitely wanted to
first
fucking...
off, I will give so much credit because that dude actually was like, we need to kill Nazis. Correct.
Yeah.
Because there's a famous joke at like a
conference
where he.
That's the one he and Churchill
He
got
was
along
well.
about.
People forget this. Here's the thing, like they kill the 40,000 highest Nazi leaders, and like Churchill gets a guess like they were just doing their job.
Yeah.
Which
but then fucking both Russia, both Stalin, Churchill, and the United States turn around and be like, "But we do want your scientists and your hottest fucking world criminals." Like, dude, United States isn't the only fucking country who did that. Like, we did it. We did it with the fucking. We did it with all of the allies, and then fucking Russia did the same exact thing.
They took the scientists. There are no reports of them using former ex-war criminals like Klaus Barbie, Otto Skorzeny.
And also, they lied about killing Hitler.
Stephen Bandera in Ukraine. What?
They also lied about killing Hitler.
I actually do. I subscribe to a theory about Hitler that isn't. Yeah, I don't. They obviously don't have the body.
Yeah, they don't have the body. They didn't kill him.
Right.
No, I subscribe to the belief he made it to South America.
Okay.
I
100%.
I think he made it to an airport, but I don't think that plane made it out.
No, I think he made it to South
Himmler
America.
got shot down, and so did a couple other Boring, the one that they tried in absentia at the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah, but he had a faster route to the airport, and there were planes.
He did have a plot to the airport, but a lot of other planes that took off around there. I would believe he made it to a plane.
Would you believe that he here's this is like a modern one that I just heard, but I was his like many drug addictions, right?
He was a heroin addict.
Yeah, and but like by the time
and
this is the thing. By the time, he was a cocaine,
but like
you could see in documents that by the time that like he was supposedly killed, like he was out of drugs, and he was his doctor was out of him, the country was out.
Well,
of
they
him.
were losing all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the production supply ended, and then he's like, Dr. Feelgood, where's my stuff? And so when he was in that bunker, he was also like having heroin and meth withdrawals. So maybe when they're coming in, he's like, how about I just kill myself?
Well,
the suicide angle makes more sense if you think like, what if he was like really coming off of like. He wanted cocaine, heroin, and meth.
Well, the only thing that makes me kind of believe is because Goring's body was also
had it on the plane.
No, not Goring. Who's the other one?
He had a supply on the plane.
Wait, no, but who's the?
I guess he might have been out of it.
Means he got there first.
It's either Goring. Who's the guy who took over for the Red Baron? It's either Goring or it's the other guy that became like the new leader of Germany when Hitler killed himself. He killed himself in the bunker and his 8 children and his wife. In the bunker, and
that's a believable suicide.
They do have his body. They have all of their bodies.
That's a believable suicide.
I think Goring's the one that got he took a cyanide pill at Nuremberg. He didn't even get to get executed.
They never found Hitler's body.
What the remains they say they have a jawbone and some teeth, and the jawbone is from a woman. That was just like it was confirmed in the night.
The whole skull's it's like from
it's just the jawbone.
It could have been Ava Braun, but the family of Ava Braun. They want nothing to do.
Hitler,
they want nothing to do with the whole
my
thing.
theory with that, though, like even if he escapes to South America, I still think if he did escape, he was shot down over Germany because almost every single plane was shot down, just like nonstop. We were good about that.
What I think happened is I think he made it to South America and everyone was all gung ho and we're just gonna restart the whole fucking thing from here. And I think everyone was just like, listen, running these secret fucking bases that we built into the side of fucking mountains is getting implausible.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't keep power here. We don't have enough food to feed everybody. I say that we just fucking Hitler probably kills himself in South America. I mean, his goal of starting like a Fourth Reich.
I
in
like
South
that.
America,
that one sounds like a movie, but I don't know if it's plausible. It's fun to think that he got to South America on a beach.
I'll cite the theory, and we kind of know other Nazis did.
No, I think he tried to do it for a couple years, and then it fell apart, and then he killed himself, and then all. Have
you ever seen the movie The Boys from Brazil?
No.
It stars Atticus Finch, the actor, Gregory Peck, playing a Nazi scientist, Mengele, fundamentally, in South America, trying to recreate Hitler through, like, nature versus nurture type means. So he's sending out adopted children, like, all over the world, whatever. That part is not relevant. But this is a different movie. Fuck! The Marathon Man with Dustin.
Doesn't matter. I haven't seen either of them.
Dustin, I would love to have put a hole in the wall.
That would be pretty funny.
It's the one with Dustin Hoffman, and there's this Nazi scientist who comes up from Europe because he's trying to exchange out all his diamonds and shit. Pretty much all those guys after the war became elaborate hostages. So, like, for example, Osama bin Laden, after he did 9/11, possibly, he was pretty much a hostage of Pakistani intelligence. They had him in Pakistan where he was arrested. There's a theory that he had been in Pakistan since like 2002. He was never all around the country. He was not. They pretty much captured him in Pakistan and kept him there. There was like a $20 million ransom for him when they revealed who he was. Some guy in Pakistani intelligence revealed to the Americans, and the intelligence organizations of America, this is in 2011, probably gave that win to Obama right before election because Obama had been super cool with intelligence. He also was probably affiliated with the CIA. His mother was probably
and he was he was. I think
also his
Obama
brother
was
is
like
probably not Malik Obama.
Not I want to say groomed, but like raised from birth.
Him and Pete Buttigieg are that way, and like several.
Raised from birth to be like a world leader, warlord.
Dude, you know who was
a guy who could like
Michelle was hawking some sort
of water. Guy could kill people overseas and sleep like a damn baby.
He killed the first American abroad.
Dude, you know who the first real company man was? Who was just like really like raised from birth by the intelligence agency? It was fucking Reagan.
For like H.W. Bush, baby. He was literally in the intelligence organization.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Reagan was just a GE spokesman. And then he was part of.
Well, no, I'm talking. Yeah, well,
he was.
The
Ronnie
first
hit your
president. I mean,
hit your.
The first company man who was just like a guy. No, HW.
That type. Well, company man and like machine politics.
HW was like more of like he was doing stuff. You know what I mean?
No, HW was in the CIA.
He was doing. Yeah,
and he was
in the CIA. He did Iran Contra.
He lied about.
You know what I'm saying?
By the way, Iran Contra.
He lied about some stuff.
Proven true.
What?
Iran Contra. This is a thing I have a problem with whenever I talk to some of the people at Mike's and whatever. They get annoyed with, like, they're like, "Oh, you just believe insane shit." Iran Contra was a conspiracy. Fucking the savings and loan was a conspiracy.
Iran Contra was a conspiracy.
Those are conspiracies that we revealed.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
These were all.
Okay. I thought you were mean like
ones. Yeah, real life.
I thought you were telling me just be like, wait, you tell me that didn't happen?
No, like, it's a conspiracy to believe Iran. A lot of things about Iran Contra.
No, that's a true.
The FBI.
MK Ultra. That's a one that was fucking.
That's a conspiracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned
on trial at Congress.
But also, here's the thing: people who aren't into this shit, they don't like to pay attention to it because it makes them feel sad. Like, for example,
well, no, everyone does believe conspiracies, but they don't think they believe in conspiracies because they think they're
that are inconvenient to them.
You know what I mean?
Like, I remember, I had a woke girlfriend during the pandemic, and I remember when the Epstein thing happened, I was like, I knew this would happen, and she was like, how did you know this would happen? Like, because he's had this pedophile island with all the tapes and shit. And she was like, what do you mean you've known about it? I'm like, dog, I know you like to shit on it, but Alex Jones and all these people have been talking about it for fucking ever.
Well, yeah,
they've been talking about it for
problem with it was
ever.
at that time, which is kind of like its own like controlled opposition, was the only people talking about Epstein for almost a decade were Republicans.
Yeah.
That was the only group talking about it because it was fucking with Bill Clinton and Hillary, which is like, great, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, which by the way, fuck Bill Clinton. Like,
such a piece of
one of the
garbage.
most conservative Democrats ever elected, and that still wasn't enough. You want
to know a fun thing about Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Sure.
Fucking Irish people. Like Irish Americans fucking love the Clintons because
isn't he just some big fat Irish hillbilly?
No, but because also he did a whole bunch for Northern Ireland during his presidency.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then there's like a whole fucking
John's dad's from Ireland.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah,
fucking. But during when Hillary Clinton ran in 2016, I remember fucking arguing with my dad because I was a Bernie guy.
Yeah,
I was a big Bernie guy.
So fun, such a fun time to care about politics,
dude. That was such a.
I was like, I like Bernie Sanders actually.
Hell. Yeah, dude, it was the fucking shit. Dude, as a lifelong guy who like I didn't trust the fucking establishment. I definitely didn't.
Facebook and libertarian pages.
I didn't fucking.
It was the best. It was
I didn't
so good.
trust the fucking Clintons. I didn't trust anybody. And then Bernie comes out, and I'm just like, you know what? I fucking.
Also, that was in 2015.
I don't agree
we didn't. That was like before we realized how shanghaied the social media was gonna be. So it almost felt like stumbling upon something political on Facebook in 2015 felt like informative or like, oh, neat. Whereas now it's like it's so overbearing and it's used to control us and shit. Whereas back then it felt like you're like, I'm actually forming my own opinions right now, and you're just getting article after article sent to you about the same shit that you just clicked on.
My dad sent
it was like
the article still. Dude, he's a lib now. It's cool.
I got a lib dad too.
For the fuck, dude, I got a fucking communist family, dude.
You have a commie fam?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They're from Northern Ireland.
Oh
They're
yeah.
Fucking.
Wait, also
they were part of the Northern Irish movement. The Northern Irish movement was like in a lot of ways like a communist
First of all, I love that where this is going, and I like that we could pretty much talk about any conspiracy under the sun. I kind of want to talk about like one more thing, and then we got to go because I got to go to Heat Lamp Comedy. It's probably already started. But we were talking about like crazy shit we believe, and I just thought this has been on my mind ever since you said it. When you said you think dentists are all Satanists?
No, I think they're literal Satan.
Dentists are Satan.
Dentists are evil.
I hated my dentist.
You heard it here, folks.
We're just like, why?
Well, there's something off in like so much of like political literature or like conspiracy literature and just like they're always there. There's
always a dentist.
Well, like the Hell's Angels are just now like a bunch of retired dentists who don't like actually do it. Like it's like a dentist having a midlife crisis lives to buy a motorcycle and pretend to be part of a gang. Those are those guys yelling about MC patches. Like they'll yell at you about patches and shit. I don't know, whatever. But did you ever watch the movie Inherent Vice?
No.
Oh, well, Martin Short plays like an insane dentist that's part of a heroin trafficking ring. I understand that's a movie, but like Thomas Pynchon, the author of that, like was pretty good about nailing like what the world was after World War II and his understanding of it. And dentists just seem like they show up so many times in like odd cases of like criminal conspiracy, such as Timothy McVeigh seeing the dentist like 400 times in 1 year or something.
That's normal.
And like I know I expressed this to you, so like I believe in like I do believe in hypnosis, like not even like even minorly.
That is a real thing. Yeah, you can alter people's states of mind to make them suggestible.
I believe in wild forms of hypnosis.
Well, yeah, and like
I think it's sneaked into a lot. I think it's snuck into a lot of music.
You read Chaos. And like you both know about Chaos, the Charles Manson book, which like pretty much the guy who is like the guy is like he's like I can hypnotize anyone with enough speed of any sort, amphetamines and sleep deprivation and stuff like that. Like he's like I can do it with enough time. I can break anyone. And I believe like hypnosis is used that way to program people, literally.
Oh yeah, you give kids Adderall and then you make them listen to Ice Spice at school all day. They all come out.
Then they're like, I should try to shoot Donald Trump. And
all you gotta do is just like press the Donald Trump button. And then the guy wakes up
and
like deletes his Twitter account and fucking just.
So like hypnosis, I believe can be and like there's something with dentists. I don't know what it is. I think they can put stuff in your teeth. I think they can program your mind to frequencies and pitches. Like you will activate at the command.
Bro, that does actually make sense because they make these headphones, right? That you can get that vibrate. That instead of like playing the sound into your
like a
ears,
therapy session where
it vibrates your fucking bones.
Can I just throw one out there that I think you might know about? I don't know. I brought it up the other night, which is Kanye West dentist.
That was the other one, yes.
He's got a flash on the screen. Kanye West's weird celebrity dentist.
Just a drug dealer.
He's basically Kanye West's live-in drug dealer.
Well, then also
his
personal trainer was also being like, I'm going to put you back in the fucking zombie zone.
He has him sedated and shit.
It's just
because his teeth have become a titanium plate screwed into his skull.
A thing with hypnosis and basic mind
control.
Really?
I'll send you a documentary. I watched this little YouTube doc about it.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And like child sexual abuse cults, stuff like that, like they associate or dissociative states are like the number one thing for any type of mind control hypnosis. Dissociative state being like if you've driven and you don't remember doing the drive at all because it's just some rote bullshit.
Yeah.
Brain on autopilot. When I'm carrying the mail, sometimes I'm listening to like
always happens.
Podcast, and my body is just on autopilot. It's insane.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But like so like I believe in that. Oh, was it the other way? Fuck.
No, that was my bad.
Shit, dude.
But dude, dentists are Satan.
I mean, there was a reason why after World War II we had a special trial for doctors. Which dentists aren't even real doctors. Their skill is so uniquely different that even though you have to go through it in med school, it's considered a trade. Which I was like, wait, really? Like it's fully perceived as a trade.
Dude, so is surgeons, kind of.
Almost, yeah.
Surgeons are pretty much considered. Dude, you know what somebody told
I thought they were busy like fucking each other and not saving anyone's life.
You know what a surgeon told me is that some of the best surgeons are like athlete meathead kind of guys.
Oh yeah.
Because it's straightforward. You have to have confidence in a big dick.
Yeah.
Like
to cut open a person. And
Doctor Strange should be Chris Benoit. in that little cape.
100%, dude.
A guy with CTE.
So, guys, what were some of the stuff we talked about today? We talked about P. Diddy's list. We talked about Iran Contra. We talked about dentistry. We talked about the Northern Ireland and Bill Clinton.
Michael Beavers.
Michael Beavers.
Yeah, dude, the conspiracy behind my dad liking the Clintons, dude.
The Boule Society, LeBron James, all sports are rigged. Guys, this is the world we live in.
Sports combo,
listen, Adomas has a podcast called American Guilt.
I have American Guilt. I'm Rhinestone Cowboy on Instagram. Come
Rhinestone
JJ's,
Cowboy.
open
John
mic.
Bryce. He's fat.
I'm around, man.
You see him around.
I'm fucking.
John Bryce over Dan Soder. That's my credit. Credit I always give when I tell people.
Definitely Red Pill Boys. I think we should do this again sometime soon.
Dude, you know what we should do? Is pick one.
Pick one and just go with it.
Yeah,
give me a list, and now we can hit a lot of stuff. Really.
Yeah, I'll read a book. He'll get some documents. It'll be good.
Let's talk about Chance McDonald's grandfather.
Let's talk about Chance McDonald's
Dude,
grandfather.
actually, you know what?
Finally.
Here's one we can. This is a fun one. I haven't looked into it at all. Do you know when Nikolai Tesla died?
Yeah.
So the government seized all of his property.
Yeah.
Do you know who did it? Do you know who the guy who did it was? Who went to the apartment and did it was? Donald Trump's fucking uncle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
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 I didn't fucking know that until fucking 2 weeks ago.
Just to not leave it at a cliffhanger, what's your conspiracy with Chance McDonald's uncle? Or
No. Chance found out his grandfather was in the CIA.
Oh,
he was a company mover. Like he was a deputy at one point. So like he was like in the company and like specialized in a lot in Africa and oil. And then like he told me about it. And then I read about it. And I'm sorry, Chance, if you didn't know what we're talking about it, but
too late.
Getting the gym bag out, smoking the chill.
You and your privacy can eat a fucking dick,
no, because
Chance.
he told me about it. It's insane. I ended up I went and did like a bunch of like requests on him, and I'm still waiting on those. But also like I looked up his name, and like if you name search his grandfather on Twitter, like I can find like those conspiracy threads. His grandfather's name is just fully in them. He also was he worked at a bank after he retired, and if you retire from the CIA, you obviously are it's a gang. You're in there for a while.
Yeah, in it for a while.
And like he worked at a bank that was pretty much part of the money laundering. He died of a heart attack, and is like also just around a time in the 90s. And like he
was it 1994?
They shot him with
it's
the
around
heart.
the time when
They shot him with the classic
John
heart attack
Tower,
gun.
Ghislaine Maxwell's dad.
Yeah.
I think they cleaned house in the 90s.
Bro, they fucking did, bro. All right. So
no.
All right.
No.
All right. So I'll literally leave. We can leave on
Look
this
at all
fact.
the
Wait,
suspicious
pass me the heart attack gun. Pass me the heart attack gun.
We can leave you right on this fact. Okay?
Is it an ice gun or is it a?
It's a direct energy weapon.
There's a theory that they use ice.
If you start looking into a whole bunch of conspiracies, especially linked to the CIA and like a whole bunch of like these projects that started like throughout the 20th century, a lot of guys who are publicly known to have been involved in them fucking died of natural causes around 1993, 94.
Yeah, or mid-90s.
Right
when Bush is in office.
As late as 96, but dude, 93. And it's so many. And
I never hear from The Godfather.
I never
hear
hear
house. Yeah.
I never hear anyone make the direct connection. But so many books I've read and so many times I've heard fucking. And he died of this in 93. She died of that in 94. Like it was
Maxwell.
Yeah.
And John Tower are my big two. And then, but I think they cleaned house. His grandfather was involved in a scheme with the
pretty much everyone related to the MK Ultra and Manson, the chaos thing. They all fucking died in 93.
Except for the guys who fucking did it. Manson, who was allowed to live to be 80, and then Squeaky Fromm, who
because he talked in riddles for the rest of his
boys. Guys, this has been the Red Pill Boys on Jakey's Pod. Everybody.
Hell yeah, dude, Red Pill Boys.
See you next time. Bye.